HDC asks OPR to review $17.5 million insurance contract renewals by Derek Achong. The Office of Procurement Regulation, OPR, has been asked to look into possible breaches of procurement requirements with the renewal of insurance contracts by the Housing Development Corporation, HDC, between 2023 and 2025. In a brief interview with Guardian Media yesterday, current HDC Chairman Feroz Khan confirmed that the state company had sought the OPR's advice on the process that was used by the former board and management to renew its insurance services with Norman Gabriel Limited, NGL. What we have done is sought the advice of the OPR to determine whether contracts that were simply extended were valid or not, Khan said. Khan noted that the OPR's stance on the issue would be instructive as numerous other unconnected contracts with other companies were extended in a similar manner. So there were contracts for grass cutting and garbage and other stuff that were simply extended from year to year, Khan said. NGL is an insurance brokerage, which is majority owned by businessman Andrew Gabriel. Gabriel briefly served as a government senator under a United National Congress, UNC, government in 1995 before switching allegiance to the People's National Movement, PN. Khan authenticated a report on purported OPR irregularities between the HDC and NGL that was received by Guardian Media. In the report, it was noted that the NGL had been providing insurance services for the HDC since 2012. While it mentioned that there was no evidence of tenders for services provided since 2015, it took aim at property all-risk, workmen's compensation, and group life portfolios that were renewed with NGL between 2023 and 2024. The total cost of the services was $17,575,921.33. The report stated that after the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act 2015 was proclaimed in 2023, the HDC was required to issue a public invitation for bids, verify NGL's status on the procurement depository, and conduct a form request for information to test market rates, but failed to do so. Any extension granted post-April 2023 without a competitive process is not merely a procedural error. It is a breach of the Act that triggers the void and illegal status under Section 6(1). The report said. Khan noted that during his tenure, the HDC had followed the proper procurement process to select a new insurance service provider to replace NGL. The report also referenced the current service provider. During the previous 10 years, Norman Gabriel Insurance Brokers was given the contract without tender at a price much higher than the HDC is currently paying, it said. Contacted yesterday, Gabriel declined to comment on the renewals that his company benefited from. That has nothing to do with me. That has to do with the management and the board, Gabriel said. Guardian Media attempted to contact former HDC Chairman Newman George, under whose tenure the renewals took place. However, he did not answer a call made to his cell phone. A legal source with extensive knowledge of the procurement legislation and regulations raised questions over the HDC's inquiry when contacted yesterday. He suggested that the renewals may have been done under Section 12 of the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property, Procurement Methods and Procedures, Regulations 2021. This section provides for single-source selection as a non-competitive method of procurement even when other suppliers or contractors are available. It can be utilized where procurement represents a natural continuation of previous procurement through a competitive process, and the work is being carried out within 12 months immediately preceding the decision to engage in a procurement. The supplier must have performed satisfactorily under the previous procurement. The contract price must be reasonable, and there should not be any advantage from engaging in a competitive process. The source claimed that the regulation was utilized while the OPR was being operationalized to ensure continuity, while the depository was being compiled to allow for competitive tendering. In a statement issued late yesterday, former Housing Minister and current MP Camille Robinson-Regis suggested that the renewal fell under the regulation referenced by the source. The UNC needs to go back and refresh itself as to the statements made by the OPR, the cautions offered by the judiciary, and the amendments made in Parliament due to the non-population of the procurement depository, she said. She claimed that NGL was given the renewals after it provided the HDC with market surveys. This data was indeed provided and considered, she said. She noted that during HDC's dealings with NGL there were issues with late payments and the effect on premium obligations. This late payment also created the situation with potential proponents being disinterested in conducting business with the HDC and/or charging higher rates for all the services the HDC required, Robinson-Regis said. She pointed out that NGL was first engaged during the UNC's last stint in office between 2010 and 2015. The HDC had no issues with the services provided up to the enactment of the legislation, Robinson-Regis said. She claimed that the HDC sought to raise the issue with NGL after she raised concerns over the HDC awarding a contract for insurance services to a company with purported links to UNC officials.